Hi everyone, sorry about the wait. So my name is John, I'm the CTO and co-founder of Felt, and today I'm going to show you what Felt is. Clearly some of you have heard of Felt. So our goal, just to kind of like zoom out a bit, our goal is to essentially make map making on the web accessible for everyone. So we're really about the web, we love the web, we love map making. But before I go into Felt, so the best way to talk about Felt is really like tell the story of how Felt came about. A couple years ago when we started Felt, Sam and I wanted an office, and I found this place in Oakland, California, 1904 Franklin, and I wanted to make a case for getting this place to Sam, our CTO. So let me kind of show you how we can do this on like Felt. So I can go, wait, not this. I can go and type in 1904 Franklin, Oakland. So the Felt immediately found this place. Let me change this icon to something more pleasant. Office, proposed HQ. Okay, so like already like a couple things are happening, right? We are immediately able to like add a marker to a map. We can just like reload this page. Our marker is already on the map. We're kind of like getting to a place where we're kind of building like a map from the scratch. But let's add some more pizzazz. So let me upload a picture. Let me upload a picture of the interiors. And let me upload a picture of the outdoors. So immediately you can kind of like see we're building like something that resembles a map. I wouldn't say this kind of like passes the NACIS cartography muster, but it's getting there. But let's try to make it really case for this place for Sam. So I know like Sam lives somewhere around here, so I'm just gonna put a marker for him. He just had a baby, very cute. So let's make this baby icon, Sam's home. Okay, so this is getting more useful, but to really make a case for this place for Sam, our CEO, let's really figure out like how long it would take for Sam to go from his home to his office. So Felt has routing built in because all mapping tools have their routing built in 2022. Sorry, we started company in 2021. So I can start this like routes from all the way to here, and you'll see our like routing tool would immediately snap to the road, so you don't have to do a lot. So I put this route. Let's show. So let's show some distance on this. This is like 0.94 miles, and obviously we don't really like driving, so we're gonna make Sam actually walk. So I can just like switch over to the walking directions, and now it's like 0.79 miles, and since I'm Turkish and imperial system is not good, I'm gonna switch over our units to metric. It's 1.27 kilometers. So it's immediately becoming like a map that is like usable by regular people to communicate and collaborate. And let's say I wanna like share this with Sam today. So if you were using, other tools, like I'm not gonna name some of the tools, but like sometimes that I've seen happen with tools like other tools, you ask people to like share a file, it gets into this like confusing like shape file, did I upload the right thing? With Felt, oops, sorry. I'm just gonna like delete this, I don't know what happened. With Felt, all you do is just copy paste this URL, open a new browser window and share. And I'm not gonna like go all the way into the technical details, but actually what is happening is this is like a real-time collaboration is like built right in. So if you imagine these are like two different like browser windows, Sam can come in, like move this around, so do whatever he wants to do. So I'm gonna close this one just to kind of like keep it more clean. But let's say I'm Sam now and I'm trying to like say, hey, like I know this block intimately, this is not a good place. So what he can do is maybe zoom in, maybe he knows another building around here, he can turn on this feature called clip. And then when he does this, we immediately actually we immediately go into the map itself and allow you to select a different building. So these are all the actual like buildings inside this block. So let's say like Sam picks these buildings, chooses this one, makes it blue, and adds a note, no, this building is much cheaper. Sam actually makes a lot of typos, this is true, so it's real. Mamata can confirm me on this one. So yeah, and then like Sam can just like make this note, and like if I open this up in another window, it's all just like working as you would expect. So this is like one way to think about it, but we know that Sam actually does not like to walk, he likes to bike. So one of the other things that Felt has is like built-in data layers. So and a lot of maps are not a lot more useful with like more data built in. So Felt has this giant library of like data sets, including bicycle lanes, railroads, terrain, administrative boundaries, a lot of like climate data, a lot of infrastructure data. So the one I'm interested in right now, which is somehow the first one, I don't know what happened. I guess the CTO knows some stuff. But so I don't know what, so I'm just gonna like remove it and add it back in just to make it clear. So now, under the map that I made with markers, I actually added some data in. And then because Felt sort of like owns the technology end to end, we can like do like really interesting stuff. So we have this like bicycle lane data that has protected bicycle lanes. I can like just show only this feature. I can like hide specific. Well, I guess I like added it twice, I think. Well, this is what happens when I do live demos. So I can like only show this feature, only show the other features. So this is the kind of stuff with like Felt that makes it much more easier than like other tools. I would say actually like no such tool exists that can allow you to share this map on the map. Patting myself on the back here, but kind of like going back to like data question, and I think this is where like some of the more interesting stuff comes in. So this like bicycle lane data they added is actually not just like a California or San Francisco-wide data, or it's not even actually like US-wide data. This is a giant data set that encompasses like the entire world. So as I zoom out, you'll see we have bicycle lane data all across the world, and this is the kind of stuff like Felt can like render immediately on the web. Just to give you a sense of like what is really available. So we have like bicycle lane data on this one. I can add in like global power plants data. I can add in data about facilities that are releasing a lot of like greenhouse gases. I can add data about like hospitals. I can add a lot of data about like locations. And I think the point I'm trying to make here is that like these are maps that you can make today using data, and these are maps that you can share with just a single URL. So for example, if I like take this map, send it over to Sam. Well, let's hope there's nothing embarrassing here. Like Felt immediately generates like a thumbnail. I clearly did this in 7 a.m. in the morning. So Felt immediately generates like thumbnail. It basically does what you need to do for like sharing your map publicly with other people. But in terms of like in terms of going back to the constructive side of things versus like data, our technology is flexible enough that you can actually do really crazy stuff. So some of this stuff, the credit for this goes to Mamata. I'm sure like all of you know. So for example, if you have this like bathymetry data, this is actually like data rendered on the map using our technology. I can like turn on time zone data, I can turn on like tectonics, and I can actually, if I want the bathymetry data to be rendered on top of the time zone data, all I can do is just like drag it, and now it's like rendered in a different way. So this is the kind of like flexibility like Felt gives to people who want to make maps on the web. And just to drive the point home, I want to like show you guys how if I go in to any of these like bathymetry data layer, for example, I can actually go in and like see what is sort of like the underlying style sheets, so to say, that like renders this data on the map. And since I have like a bit of time, and since we are not doing Q&A, I want to show you guys how easy it is to make a very simple map on Felt using some data. So let me go to Felt, start a new map. So as some of you have heard, I'm originally from Turkey. I'm still from Turkey, but I'm living here now. Turkish cities. So let me add some data. So this is some like data set about Turkish cities, and it's all the essentially area codes associated with like all the cities. So I just like dragged this. I don't remember what the size was, like couple megabytes worth of like JSON. Felt already immediately uploaded data and then gave me style sheets. And now I'm gonna go and like style this. So I go into our style tool. We have this tool called like friendly editor. I don't know if it's friendly yet. I think it's gonna be friendlier. So I'm gonna name this Turkish cities. I'm gonna call this area codes. When it comes to design, I'm gonna make it a categorical map. I'm gonna decide to, so this is where I'm from, this is where I lived, Istanbul, and this is where Cappadocia is. I'm gonna color by name, I'm gonna label by number, actually label by name too. I have some color palettes that Mamata has designed for us. There are several ones. I like this one. for some reason. I can go and like change how the polygons are. Should they be case? Should they be strokes? Should they be fill on stroke? Should they be just fills? I'm gonna go with fill on stroke. I can like change the opacity of these layers easily. I can decide whether I want my polygons to be above and under roads. There are a lot of options available to you, but if it looks like what the options available to you are not enough, I can go in and open up what we call the advanced editor. So this is sort of like, you know, opening up the hoods, or if you guys are like working like web, like right clicking, I can open up the advanced editor. I know the area code for the city that I grew up is 42, so I'm just gonna like hack this in together. I can go in 42, color, actually I'm just gonna write it in. Well, it's really hard to type on a live screen, it's kind of pressure. Red, let's make this blue, and then Istanbul's gonna be blue. Yeah, so this is sort of like some of the stuff that like you can do like felts already today. And just to give you some sense of like what some of the ways like people have been using felts, I put together some links to some of the customer created maps. So for example, what is an interesting one? Oh, this is a fun one. So this is a map that I actually no clue how this person made this map. They've uploaded some interesting data. They've styled them in like crazy ways that is like I'm still like figuring it out how that works. So they've been able to like make this like haunted places, like a Halloween, like Stranger Things kind of map. On a more serious note, people have been like using felt to make maps such as like this visualization of like how Russia's attack on like Ukraine has been going. Other people have been like making maps using our data, and they add their stuff in about how the prefectures and the tectonic boundaries in Japan work. Another person made a map about how Airbus supply chain has been working. People have been making maps about, let me see. So this is a map of like some some Russian people that have been sort of like escaping to like Cyprus, and they've been actually coordinating through like a Facebook group, and they're using felt. So these are all some of the ways people have been like, using felt maps. I encourage all of you to take a look at it. And I've been also told that I encourage all of you to sign up to our community Slack, just like the NACIS Slack. Felt is a community Slack where you can access by felt.com/community sign up. We have a 400 plus team. We also have a felt map for all of you if you go to felt.com/NACIS2022. So this is a map that I made. If you log in, you'll be able to create your own maps. And if you really want to follow more, you can follow Felt on Twitter, twitter.com/Felt. And if you like really bad jokes, you can follow me on Twitter also at twitter.com/CIN. So that's all. Thank you very much.